welcome to episode 2 of Off the Wall. This is Lavanya. Before I start off, I would actually like to give you guys a disclaimer because if you guys get to hear anything in the background, please ignore, because that's my husband here and my brother who are celebrating their New Year party and talking about some random shit here. So just ignore that and please listen to my podcast. Sorry. Last episode, I told you how I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes. Before I move on to how I deal with type 1 diabetes every day, I would like to help you guys understand what is type 1 diabetes. So, type 1 diabetes, to put it in simpler terms, is where your pancreas produces no insulin or it produces little insulin. Since insulin is the primary hormone required to help glucose enter the cells to produce energy, and that my pancreas does not want to give a shit, that means it produces no insulin. I take external insulin for me to stay active and energetic. Insulin helps regulate the blood sugars, for which you should seek your doctor's advice to take the right dosage if you are encountering any symptom regarding type 1 diabetes. Type 1 diabetes usually shows up in children or in adolescents or even in adults. For me, I was diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, at the age of 4. The exact cause of type 1 diabetes is unknown because they call type 1 diabetes to be an autoimmune disorder. There is treatment for type 1 diabetes, but however, there is no permanent cure as on today. The best way to deal with type 1 diabetes is to manage your blood sugars with insulin shots. You can either use syringes, insulin pens or insulin pumps. Diet is important. Lifestyle is important. That includes exercising regularly to avoid complication. To put it in simpler terms, I would rather say eat properly, stay fit and have a healthy life. So when I got diagnosed with type 1 diabetes, everything was new. I had to strictly follow a routine chart, and I still do. Back then, as a 4-year-old, I had to be literally educated about dealing with type 1 diabetes. The primary point was to take insulin shots every day. If I skip the insulin, that's it. I will end up with high blood sugars. So I literally had to take insulin shots every damn day, and insulin became a part and parcel of my life and still is. I had even missed brushing up my teeth, but not the insulin. So how cruel. Not cruel literally, but I had to take up the insulin every day. That's what I'm trying to say. At the age of 4, my dad helped me with taking the insulin doses every morning. Just imagine a kid who created a chaos while the nurses collected the blood samples, the hospital environment, the needles. Oh my god, now I had to take insulin shots every damn day. I was back then using the disposable syringes and the insulin vials, which made it even more painful for me. So I remember asking a question to my doctor if I can orally consume the insulin as a pill, as the needle pricks were painful. The doctor smiled and said, "The needles will help you better." Yes, I know it was a stupid question. See, I was just a kid then. I had the liberty to ask any damn thing at that age. Yeah, so because insulin does not, insulin doses are not supposed to be orally consumed, because it is digestible and would be destroyed in the stomach before it reaches the bloodstream where it is required. So therefore, taking insulin doses in the form of syringes or pens or in the form of pumps will only work. I was really a good kid, who stuck to a routine of taking my breakfast at 8 a.m. every day after my insulin shot, followed by my morning snack at 10:30 a.m., my lunch at 12:30 p.m., and evening snack at 4 p.m. and dinner at 7:30 p.m. During my first day at school with type 1 diabetes, my dad had to put a word to my class teacher about my condition, and that I needed a little extra care at school. And what remedy needs to be taken if I encounter hypoglycemia, I mean the low sugars. I was literally following my parents' instructions. See, again, I was really a very good kid, so I was literally following my parents' instructions being a kid. I used to bring home the birthday chocolates, though they were yummy and tempted me so much. I brought home the birthday chocolates and said no to sweets, cakes and candies that kids usually love. I also remember an incident when I was in the first standard, when my school decided to conduct life skill classes. Who asked for life skill classes at the age of 4? But my school decided to conduct life skill classes, and they asked us to bring bread, butter and sugar to teach us how to make a sandwich. I instead took to school wheat bread and butter only, because sugar is not good for type 1 diabetic. So I made the sandwich with wheat bread and put some butter on it, slice of bread top of it, and made a simple sandwich and ate it up and enjoyed as if it was damn good. And the other kids gave a dirty, I mean like a very strange look at me, but I said my sandwich is tasting even better. Yeah, my life was a little different as a kid, but not difficult. So I also went for yoga classes to regulate my blood sugars. As a kid, I was embarrassed to carry my finger sticks with me to school, and pricking my fingers to check my blood sugars was odd for me as it drew attention. Now, as the reality hits hard, I pretty well know how important it is to carry a kit that comprises my insulin, my finger sticks, flash glucose monitoring device, candies and hypo tabs in case I go low with me always. So my routine is still the same today, except that today I take multiple insulin shots using my pen, which started with one morning insulin shot alone as a kid. Now I take both a background insulin and a fast acting insulin to keep the blood sugars normal, which we will talk about in the next episode. Okay, and I work out at the gym now to stay fit and regulate the blood sugars. I also check my blood sugars using the finger stick, or I use the flash glucose monitoring system to adjust my insulin doses before every meal and before and after working out. Yeah, the notable challenge is that type 1 individuals are prone to hypoglycemia, and I have several such incidents where I have run into low blood sugars. So dealing with fluctuations are really important to maintain your sugar levels at the right range. It's always advisable to let your friends, your partners or your colleagues to know you are diabetic to help them deal with such situations. So I had literally been embarrassed or shy in case I go to any parties or gatherings to take my insulin shots publicly, because I always thought I drew attention, but then I realized it's nothing to hide, right? So now I take my insulin with me everywhere I go, and I'm actually proud to say that I'm type 1 diabetic, because I have been slaying type 1 diabetes for almost 23 years now, right? So yeah, fine, cool. Okay, then I will talk to you soon about how I use insulin and how you should deal with hyper and hypoglycemia, that is the high and the low sugars, in the next episode. Until then, stay tuned. Bye bye.